welcome back to CNC Life, and today is another bump date for you guys. Today I am 7 weeks pregnant, which is like absolutely crazy in my head. I feel like I have a lot to tell you guys, but I'm also like a little underwhelmed because I feel like not much has also changed. But being 7 weeks is an absolute huge milestone for me. Each week that I make is just really like a huge relief and a huge like weight lifted off of me. So being 7 weeks for me is just super awesome. I feel great because obviously this first trimester is just really scary. I read a lot of your comments and I know it's really scary. So 7 weeks, here we go. Today the baby is the size of a blueberry. I do not have a blueberry, but I will show you guys one right here. The blueberries are about this big. It's very tiny. The baby's still so small, but bigger than last time, which makes me happy. Basically, right now at 7 weeks, the baby is approximately 10,000 times bigger than she or he was at conception about a month ago, which I think really puts in perspective. I'm like, oh, it's so tiny, but it's grown so much. The baby's grown so much, and the baby's developing like organs now. Like I think they said the baby was developing like kidneys, and the arms and legs are starting to develop. So that's really exciting. I feel like, I know it doesn't sound like much, but the fact that I'm like finally at 7 weeks is just super cool for me. And even though it's these little things, the baby still looks a little scary looking in there. Can I show this picture? Look at this picture, guys. Right. Yeah, in this picture, it feels like the baby looks really scary still, but it's a huge step up from what it looked like a few weeks ago when it looked like a ball of, I don't know. So at 7 weeks, a huge thing I want to talk about is my symptoms, which they don't feel like they changed that much, which is why I felt like, oh, I don't have much to talk about for you guys. But my symptoms are about the same. However, I'd say like a couple of things have changed. I think I'm still super exhausted. My breasts still hurt a lot, and like the fatigueness is really bad. But I feel like I'm getting used to a lot of stuff. But one of the newer things that's happening is I'm not getting like morning sickness. I'm not throwing up, but I do feel like a car sickness, or I feel nauseous sometimes, but not to the point where I'm throwing up, which I feel like that's a step up. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, you're so lucky to not have morning sickness, but at the same time, having morning sickness would make me feel like normal. It would make me feel like, oh, okay, good. Everything's good, because that's what you're supposed to have. But honestly, I could always get it later, you never know. But right now, I still don't like wake up throwing up, not like some other women do or like Missy did. But I do have a little bit of sickness. Not much has really changed my symptoms, but I have a huge update on my doctor appointment. So like I said last time, a lot of doctors won't see you until you're about like 9 weeks pregnant, which is still the same for me. I'm keeping that doctor appointment. That's not happening until I'm like 9.5 weeks. But Carlos and I went ahead and made an ultrasound appointment just to go see the baby next week at 8 weeks pregnant. So the next update for you guys, I should have like an actual ultrasound picture of our baby, which is like mind-blowing. I'm super excited for that. And on top of it, my mom and dad get to go, which is like really awesome because we want to be able to take people, but it's just not an option for most places. But this specific ultrasound place lets you take 2 people with you on top of you and your husband. Okay, next big update. Obviously, that's like my biggest one I have for you guys because next week's gonna be so exciting. Like week 7's cool, but week 8, wow. That's gonna be super awesome. Okay, so I went over kind of a lot of things that you guys asked me, and actually a lot of you are wondering what kind of prenatals I'm taking, because I also wanted to kind of also inform you guys, on top of telling you guys my own experience. I also want to try to be informative for other people who might be pregnant or want to get pregnant. So I'm gonna tell you guys what prenatals I have, and if you guys have the same issue as me, you're gonna love these prenatals. So I am taking VitaFusion prenatal. These are gummies, which was something I asked my doctor. Like, I got my IUD out and I was like, what prenatals can I take? And she's like, you take these ones. And I was like, what if you hate taking pills? She's like, then take VitaFusion. So if you guys are like me, and if you guys were taking prenatal pills and you most definitely would just not take them, then VitaFusion is really good for you. They're gummies. They taste good. They're super easy to eat, and I have not missed a day. I guarantee you guys, if I was taking a prenatal pill, that I would definitely not take it every day because I just hate taking pills so much. So if you guys are looking for an alternative to pills, you guys can definitely do this as well. The only thing is that I don't think these prenatals come with iron, and I'm not sure if that's an issue, and I won't know if it's an issue until my doctor appointment and they actually do blood work on me. Because for now, I'm just like, hopefully my iron's okay, but maybe later, like if my doctor does a, update on me, she can see if it's like an issue and if I should be taking a supplement for it. But right now, there's no iron in these, and it gets me worried, but I'm just trying to stick it out until our appointment. Obviously, right now, I'm trying to drink as much water as possible, but it's hard for me to find alternatives to water because I'm not like a soda drinker, and I'm trying to minimize my caffeine. So I have a hard time. Like, I'll just be drinking water, and I'm like, man, this is boring. So if you guys have any suggestions for other things I could drink that's also hydrating for my body, let me know. Another thing I'll talk about is exercising. So obviously exercising to me is like, I exercise all the time. Carlos and I used to exercise all the time. But now that I'm pregnant, I find it a little bit harder to just like go hard and work out. Because I just feel like this beginning of my pregnancy is just so scary for me that I'm afraid to do really big, like hard workouts where I become exhausted or I really exert myself. So lately, Carlos and I have just been minimizing it to really long walks. Well, Carlos goes running, I walk. And I've been doing really long walks, like fast-paced walks, or I try to just do things that don't involve any like jumping or big movements. So I haven't been running and I haven't been doing as many like big like jerky movements, but I am trying to still like work out my body without having to overexert myself. But let me know in the comments below if when you guys were pregnant, how active you guys stayed and what you guys did to, you know, feel like you're still getting a good workout in without overdoing yourself. Because that's kind of like my fear, is I just want to make it to 12 weeks so that I cannot feel as scared. Okay, another really big update I have for you guys is on our So Cassie channel, we ended up doing the old wives' tale gender prediction test, where they're like these old things people used to do to figure out what their baby's gonna be, boy or girl. And Carlos and I did it on the So Cassie channel if you guys want to check it out. I'll link it up in the iCard. But I'm going to kind of spoil a little bit of the results for you. And a lot of the results came out saying girl. And one of the biggest ones that came out that like really stood out to me was the Chinese calendar test and the Mayan calendar test, which I heard can be pretty accurate. And both of those tests said girl, which really starts to make me feel like I am having a girl, especially if like I have other symptoms like, you know, old wives' tale symptoms. Like I don't have really bad morning sickness, which is often a sign of a girl. My face has been breaking out with more acne than usual, which is also a sign of the girl, like the baby's taking your beauty basically. I'm still pretty, but yeah, just things like that. You know, at first I feel like Carlos was like, you know, we're having a boy probably. We're probably having a boy because a lot of Carlos's families all had boys first. But I don't know, like after doing all the old wives' tales, which I know aren't always true, I'm like kind of convinced we're having a girl. And on top of it, I don't know if I'm still having twins or not. I just feel like that was just something I was like, I just had a couple dreams and I was like, maybe I am. But I mean, if we're having twin girls, what are we gonna do? Anyways, I do think we're having a girl. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think we're having. Do you guys believe in any of those old wives' tales or any like the symptoms that I had that could like maybe be a girl? Because I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like maybe we're having a girl. Let me know if you guys can relate to any of that, because I'm just like, we won't know for a few more weeks. I think we'll know in October what the gender is, and that'll really confirm all my suspicions if we're having a girl. We'll keep that open. Obviously, I don't care at all what gender the baby is. I just hope that it's a healthy baby, but it would be pretty crazy if we had a girl. But anyways, I think that's actually it for today's bump day. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. I can't wait to update you guys for next week on my first ultrasound appointment. We're gonna have actual pictures. Stop it. She's biting my prenatals. Okay, but anyways, next week's gonna be super exciting. I am just absolutely stoked for that ultrasound appointment. I feel like that's gonna put so much at ease for us to actually like see a picture of a baby and hear the heartbeat. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you check out So Cassie as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.